My name's Tobin, and I'm here next to the South Platte River, just south of the city of Denver.
Its headwaters are 70 miles away in the South Park region of Colorado. It eventually makes its way to the Missouri River in Omaha, Nebraska.
We'll be focusing on an area of the South Platte called the Dream Stream. It's close to the headwaters in the South Park region of Colorado. It's got this name because of the beautiful views of the mountains, as well as the excellent opportunities for fishing for anglers. Now, this area has been under constant pressure from human activities since the 1800s. Activities such as cattle grazing and mining. Now, these pressures have led to a degradation in ecosystems, streams, banks, and riparian areas. Since 1991, the Colorado Department of Wildlife has taken on 20 projects on the South Platte River to repair stream function, enhance ecosystems, and repair and reduce bank erosion. Now, these projects have created, rehabilitated, and restored 12.5 miles of river. It's costed just under $1.7 million, coming to an average of just over $35 per foot of restoration. These 20 projects have utilized several different techniques of natural river restoration, including J-hooks, cross veins, and river width reductions.
This time-lapse from 2013 shows a team with the Colorado Department of Wildlife working on the third phase of the Dream Stream. They are reducing the channel width using a log spur and resodding the newly formed bank to reduce future erosion. This will also help create better cover for trout in the area. One of the cool parts of this project was the utilization of the Vocational Heavy Construction Technology program with the Colorado Department of Corrections. This program provides student inmates with education and training to help obtain employment with a construction company once they have completed their sentences. Because of this program, the cost of rehabilitation was significantly cheaper than if a private company had been contracted to do the work. This results in more miles of streams being rehabilitated, bringing the stream closer to its full potential as a water body. These before and after photos were taken in 2013 before Phase 3, showing poor bank conditions due to grazing and over-widening. Then a year later, in 2014, the after photos show a new, healthier stream with banks covered in native grasses. The stream bed is also significantly narrower due to the rehabilitation efforts. These will combine to create a better habitat for the local brown and rainbow trout in the area, making this a great fishing spot.
Now, after a river restoration project like this, you need to verify the effectiveness of the rehabilitation. One of the best ways to do this is to sample different populations in the ecosystem pre and post restoration. Now, unfortunately, in this case, due to budget cuts and lack of knowledge of project locations, there was only 3 studies that were able to be completed, looking only at fish populations instead of bacteria, algae, or other organisms.
This first study was taken at the Buckley Ranch project, and you can see compared to the control, there's a great increase in the amount of biomass of brown trout in the stream after the stream restoration. The second study looks at the Dream Stream phases 1 and 2 and looks at the trout biomass of brown trout and rainbow trout in the reach from pre and post project. You can see after the stream restoration there's a 4-fold increase in the amount of brown trout from 98 to 99. Then again, another large increase from 99 to 2000. It eventually plateaus out at a healthy number, giving a good balance of brown trout and rainbow trout. This third bit of research from the Terrial project doesn't necessarily have as much data in it, but it does have a few different variables, looking at both the biomass in pounds per acre and the density and number of fish per acre, as well as the number of fish over 14 inches. You can see that there's nearly a doubling of brown trout from 1999 to 2007, as well as a large increase in the density and the number of acre of brown trout from 162 to 281. Finally, there's also an increase in the size of fish, showing that there are 3 fish over the size of 14 inches.
Now, those weren't the most robust studies, but they do show a great increase in the total biomass and the size of the fishes in these study areas, close to and in the project areas. Now I want to discuss the effectiveness of this project in terms of watershed management and what the plans are moving forward. Now, this project was lined up against 6 other projects undertaken by the state of Colorado, different cities, counties, and even private companies in Colorado. And compared to those other 6, it had the longest distance of stream restoration, and it also had the cheapest per foot cost by almost a third. This is very effective management by the state of Colorado. Now, as watershed management never really truly ends, the state of Colorado has several projects planned. They continue to analyze and research the river restoration projects up in the South Park area, as well as projects right here in Denver. There's a 2.4 mile project just upstream from me that's about to kick off in the summer of 2021. This $11 million project will restore habitats right in the heart of the city of Denver. Now, moving forward, we have the responsibility to continue repairing, restoring, and rehabilitating our streams and keeping them that way for future generations.